Okay, we're going to make this look a heck of a lot better than the way it looks. Okay, so first of all, I want to add a couple of data entries down here. So here we found the minimum above and the maximum above and the average above. And I want to copy this here. So when I do that, it makes it a general format, and I want that to be numbers. So I'm going to fix that, but first I want to double click there and just double check it's looking for the minimum, which is correct. I'll hit escape to get out. Escape on my keyboard. Alright, good. Escape. Escape. Good. I just like to check those. I'm going to make this currency. Awesome. And I'll do the same thing here. So I get the min, max, and average amount each goat made. So with that already preset, I can highlight all three of those and I can drag it across 3 more cells. And since we built this table kind of repetitively, I can drag and fill, and it's automatically got numbers here, pulling from the right place, and money there, again pulling the right information. So that fill handle will work in a series if the repeat of the series fits what's above. Kind of cool. Okay, formatting. First off, I want this all the way across, and so this is why I wait and do formatting at the end, because now I can use cell styles, which are fast and they look nice, and I know all of my data is there, so I don't have to guess that I might need to add something later and then do some reformatting. So this is the most important, so I'm going to give it the biggest font. Merge and center this one. This one's also important, but not as important, so I might go here with that, or even maybe there. And I think I'll bold it. Cool. Alright, those were merged. That was merged already. It's hard to see with that dotted line in there. I'm going to show you at the end how to get rid of that. For now, we're just going to ignore it. So let's make these. Let's go in here to font. So these are all my font options. Oh, I was hoping for, there's all your double and single spacing. I was hoping for small caps, but I guess I don't have that. That's a little bit big. Maybe we'll make this a little bit bigger. You know what? I just don't like that font. Times is always my favorite. 12. Enter. Okay, that's good. And maybe we'll give spring a different color because it's spring. Spring should be green, right? Things grow. Okay. Fall should be like autumn colors. Alright, so maybe I'm the only one that feels like this is important, but anyhow, I'm going to put an underline on these. Bottom double. Alright, I'm going to make all of these Times New Roman. And just to make sure everything's going to fit, I'm going to select everything and then double click on any of these interior lines and it auto fits everything. And that to me is a little bit tight. So I'm going to say, you know what, all of these columns I want to be the same. And so if you just take one and make it about what you want the others to be, it'll make all of them equal. And I like that, that's better. I'll grab these, change them up a little bit. Okay, now some totals down here. I like to use the accounting total style, which is here in cell styles, and total. Okay, that's what that double line is. Okay, so that's an okay look. I think I have a little different color scheme in the sample one in Blackboard, but you get the idea. So there's some formatting things. I'm going to go down here and change my tab to the P&L statement, and I'm going to click on again, right click, and color it. Where's the color? There we go. And hopefully we're making money, so I'll make it green, which means if I go there, the P&L is green. Very good. All right, I'm gonna put these all in the middle. And even though that says middle, these are not. So you can click off and click on again. It sort of reapplies everything. And that looks a little better. And I want year totals to be a color as well, so we'll make that purple. Okay, excellent. Now we don't have a header or a footer, so I will go down here into page layout, and now I can see my header. I can just click in here. I could type my name, so you can just put regular text in there. Or you can come up here and insert the current time, current date, number of pages, lots of cool things. File name is something that's often entered into documents so that you remember what the name of the file is when you go to find it again. But I'll just put the date in. And so obviously that's not the date, but what it means is every time this document is opened and every time it's opened and saved, it will update the date. So when I click off of it, there's the date. All right. And so this looks bad here, like, oh no, this is not going to work, but have faith. I'm going to show you how to fix that. Also, when you see another page here, there's actually cells to infinity. If you took your little arrow key and go like this, you can go forever and ever and ever, and I'm sure eventually you're going to run out of space, but the idea with Excel is that it's infinitely to the right and infinitely down, so you can have just these enormous spreadsheets of data. And I'm sure in some business that matters. But here we're good. This is all we need to do. But let me show you how you manage large amounts of data. So I would select what I actually wanted to print, and then I would go to page layout, print area, and set print area. And what this does is it says, okay, ignore everything else and just print what I want to see, what I have highlighted. Okay, now again you're going, but it didn't fix this. No, it didn't fix it here, but let me show you where. File, print, and this is print preview, automatically generated. It should be here any moment. There it is. And once you're here, you can go through all of these things, print the active sheet, print the entire workbook, which means it would print every slide, every sheet in your workbook. Sometimes that's really helpful. Here we're just doing the active sheet, one side. If your printer does staples, it will do that. Page orientation. So here's a quick fix in this case. I could just change the orientation and then boom, I'm on one page, right? Simple enough. But let's say you don't want it that way. You want it this way and you want everything on one page. You go, oh, I'm going to change margins. You know what? You don't even have to do that. Let me show you. Under scaling here, it says fit sheet to one page, fit all columns on one page, fit all rows on one page. So you have some options, and it has custom scaling options. So you could make the change there. I'm going to show you here page setup. This is sort of gives you every option, right? So here's your layout, and here's where you say fit to one page wide by so many pages tall. That's a really important radio button because that will save you a lot of time and work in trying to make something fit a page. You can just click the button and it'll fit a page. Here's your margins, and so this is where you can put it center it on the page, and you could also make the margins smaller. Header and footer, you can modify those. Custom header and custom footer is how you go in and modify that. And then sheet is where you have grid lines. And so these are often, people will get confused now. How come I can't see my lines? That's the checkbox that you want to use. All right, so I'm going to click OK. And you can see it put it in the center. It added my grid lines. It fit everything on a page. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So from there I would just hit print if I wanted to print it, and then I would be good to go. Okay, let's go back to home. I have one feature I want to show you. So let's say it's called wrap text. Best driver ever. Okay, so when I did that, it doesn't fit because the column's too narrow. So you always have the option of doing double clicking here to make it to widen the column, but let's say you don't want to do that. You can click that cell and hit wrap text, and now it wraps it down into 2 rows. And so that's pretty handy. There's also another feature. You can put your cursor where you want the second line to start, and you hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and hit enter. It doesn't look like it did anything, but when you click off, I put the break between right before the B, and then it actually went to 3 lines because it was too narrow. So let's do this. So there you go, 2 lines. And I've got some extra space here, which is odd. If I double click, there, I double clicked on this line here, and so it automatically fit the height of the row. So that's pretty cool. All right, I believe that's enough for now, and on to graphing.